everyone, and good afternoon. Recording this today on May 24th, but for you, it's June 1st. Happy June to you. I am outside of 429 State, shops at 5th Estate, and of course where we begin every video, right here, City Supply by Erie Apparel. I'm directly across the street from the new Ascend Climbing Gym in the 30 apartments. They're looking amazing. I'm going to show you the exterior of the building, but then we're actually going to go around the block. We're going to show you a couple other projects that are beginning to take shape. You can see the shops at 5th and State banner there. It's pretty cool. So I want to show you the outside of the building here, and we'll do an update. So we are crossing the street here, crossing State Street. We're going to get a closer look here at the scaffolding and the exterior of the building. I'm very excited. So again, there's that scaffolding removed, showing the beautiful brick there. But instead of going in right now, we are actually going to turn this direction and we're gonna walk on down the street and around the block and talk about some other projects. So you've probably heard by now that there is a parking ramp. There's another building around that parking ramp. There's even some space in between the food hall and the public market. There's the Flagship City food hall behind me. We're gonna cross North Park Row into Perry Square to get a good vantage point, and we'll talk about it. So here I just crossed North Park Row, and we are now in Perry Square, and we're actually going to walk west along Perry Square. We're actually about to begin our newest kickball league. It's gonna be taking place right there in the park. Super excited for that. That begins June 2nd, be happening every Friday from 5 to 9 right here in the green space of Perry Square. But let's not get distracted. So over here, of course, got the North Park Row entrance, the Flagship City Food Hall, the residences of North Park Row, building number 1. And then just on down here is the Flagship City Public Market, the residences of North Park Row, building number 3. So that means that building number 2 must be, you guessed it, right here in this gap will be building number 2, the residences of North Park Row. It's going to be probably another dozen or so apartments. We'll probably be able to make it in there, and then some ground floor retail space, which will finally connect the public market all the way over to the food hall. You'll be able to traverse between the two completely indoors, which will be really, really awesome. So again, this is right here on North Park Row. You can see the gap right there, the residences of North Park Row, building number 2. That will be going up a little later down the road with some ground floor retail space there. But of course, the Flagship City Public Market here, Gordon's, Erie Food Co-op, and Luminary Cocktails and Bottle Shop are located right here at 34 North Park Row. And we're gonna cross the street. We're gonna go on to Peach Street and show you another project. So as I cross North Park Row, I'm gonna have to cross one more time to get to Peach Street. Now, where I'm about to go is where the parking ramp is. We're gonna stop here, take a peek, make sure we're good. Let's see, we're good. So here we are now on Peach Street, walking north toward the lake, and we are gonna talk about that building right there. It is wild to me. I mean, it seems like every day I come down here to work, there's new construction, there are pieces of equipment and new work happening everywhere. And that's especially evident here on the Peach Street side of things. Now, over here, my left shoulder, this is all Gannon campus here, Gannon property. Which there's not as much work going on, but if I were to just turn around this way, a lot of construction is happening just over my right shoulder now here on 5th Street, Peach Street, and State Street. So one of those projects is this building right here, which we call the Wrap Building. And I'll explain to you why it's called the Wrap Building. It'll make a lot of sense here in just a minute. But this building here is going to be home to more apartments and ground floor retail and hopefully some food and beverage options. Looks like about 4 floors of apartments. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 floors of apartments. Boy, that is going to look cool. So it was far too windy, so I came back here to the office to record the voice here of this part, and here it is. This is the wrap building. There's about 5 or so decks here, and you can see why we call it the wrap building now. It literally wraps around the garage, completely hiding it from sight there, and you can see those decks there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decks, maybe if you include the roof there. And while the entire thing isn't open yet, the first 2 levels are. So we'll go ahead and take a peek inside, but it is a parking ramp. There shouldn't be any surprises here. As I mentioned before, there's always just a ton of construction happening. You never really know when it's gonna pop up or where it's gonna go, but it's always nice to have these protected covered walkways. So as I'm walking through this covered walkway, you can see here is where you pull your car into the garage. Right here, you can stop at the kiosk and grab yourself a ticket. You can slide on in to the garage right here. So you can see here the first level is almost completely full, but there are more spots on the second level and even back here. One of the things that's kind of cool about this garage are these lights here. The lights actually come on as you walk underneath them. They can detect motion day or night, and they turn on when you walk underneath it. It's kind of cool. This is one of the questions we get asked all the time, about living in downtown Erie and moving here to one of these apartments is where are you gonna park your car? And fortunately, this garage is really close to all these apartments. Now, because this garage isn't fully open, spaces and getting yourself a parking pass, it is limited. They are unable to sell tickets to everybody. The very first question you should be asking the community manager is, hey, are there any passes available at that garage? Because if there are, you're in luck and you can grab yourself a pass right here at this garage and you just pay for it monthly and you have a nice secured indoor spot to park your car. So here I am walking now on 4th Street. To my right here is the Victoria Inn Bed and Breakfast. And over here you can get another good look here at the parking structure. You can just see how huge it really is. All right, so that'll do it for the wrap building, the garage, and then the gap in between the market and the food hall. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk back to the original starting position where this video started. We're gonna go inside the Ascend climbing gym and peek around at some of those apartments. So here we are again standing outside of the Ascend climbing gym in the 30 apartments, and we're gonna pop inside to check it out, but the sign here does say hard hats must be worn in this area. So we're gonna stop inside, grab our hard hat, and we're gonna go pop inside. So I got my hard hat. Also got the GM of the food hall. He's a little nosy, so he's gonna come along with us on this update into the apartments. He hasn't seen them in a little while, so he's gonna get an update. We're all gonna go in and explore them together. So this right here is the actual entrance to the apartments. This will be a paved sidewalk that goes all the way to State Street so that when residents are moving in, we'll have a nice, safe way to get into the apartment. So that's the 3rd floor, yeah. Go up 2 more. So Mark and I are now climbing up the 5 flights of stairs. There is an elevator, it's just not operational just yet. We're gonna go up to the 5th floor. We're gonna check out the apartments that are most complete, and we can see how they're looking. Mark, you tired yet?
I am tired.
It's a lot of walking. Looks like Mark just found some roof access. I don't think we're gonna step out here, but there it is. There's a crane. Pretty cool. So here we are inside unit 506. Looks like we have the folks here washing the building. There he goes. It's pretty noisy right now in here because the folks outside here are basically giving the building a bath. After all this construction, there's a lot of dust and a lot to clean up. We'll step inside here in the 1-bedroom. You'll see there's more scaffolding here as they get ready to clean this side of the building. It looks like they're cleaning the northern side right now. Looking pretty cool. So this here is unit 507. We've actually not shown 507 yet. We're gonna pop over here and check out the view. This here is the living area. And this living area view gives you a great vantage point of the garage. You actually get a lake view, and you can see the other apartments right here. When we turn around, we see that they actually got the microwave put in. On the last update, this microwave was really just sitting on the ground. And this here, of course, is your stove, your oven, your sink, dishwasher. Looks like it's not quite put in yet. This looks like the, might be for the electrical. And then the freezer and refrigerator. I still love this tile work here. Oh, there's also under cabinet lighting. That's neat. I didn't see that last time. So it looks like these cabinets have lights underneath them. So the hallways are just about done. They still look about the same as they did on the last update. You can see here on the doors, there's these little pieces of tape that say VNet, which means that Velocity Net has been here and they're starting to run the wiring for the internet. So it's getting awfully close. So here we go, a step into unit 501. Looks like this unit is almost ready to be cleaned as well. Looks like they're getting the stove put in. There's that microwave again. These lighting fixtures are very, very cool. I'm excited to see them turned on. Every single unit comes with these lighting fixtures too, which is really neat. Even the units that have the galley kitchen and maybe they don't have, you know, a larger peninsula countertop like this, they'll still have, you know, 1 or 2 of these squeezed into the kitchen. And I've mentioned it before, but one of my favorite features about these rooms are the natural light that comes in off of these huge windows, especially the rooms that look south. So the southward facing rooms are going to, in my opinion, experience more natural light just by the way the sun is positioned. I mean, this is all coming in off of these huge windows. You look behind me, you might see Mark there at the kitchen. He's making my lunch. You'll see how much natural light is flowing into this room. And that's one of my favorite things about an apartment is having beautiful natural light. I really love just showing off that downtown Erie skyline view. You can even see the Warner Theater marquee, Boston store, and at night this will be all lit up. It'll be gorgeous. Head into unit 509 here. We'll see how this one's looking. Now 509, this is a northern facing unit, so I'm gonna show you that really cool lake view. So here we are, we're looking through screen here, so that might be what if you're seeing a distorted image, it's probably that screen that we're looking through, but you can see the lake, you can see the bay, the Bicentennial Tower, Presque Isle, UPMC. And here inside the bathroom, you got the same tile as the food hall and the market. Even 429 State, this all looks very similar. Even the tile work there on the wall, that subway tile, the white cabinets, there's your mirror, your lights, and the walk-in shower. So here we are stepping down here into the 3rd floor. There's that elevator. And as I mentioned before, there's actually an elevator on the other side of the hallway too. If you take this hallway all the way down and make a left, there's actually another elevator. So we'll head down to the, I think we'll take the corner unit here, the 2-bedroom corner unit. We'll take a peek at that one. So just like I mentioned, you know, these rooms down here are a little less further along, but are still on the same timetable to be completed in July with the rest of the building. They're just starting on the 5th floor and working their way down. You know, as you can see, the refrigerator hasn't been put in yet. Microwave isn't in yet. There's the stove and the oven, which is sitting right there. You know, washer or dryer unit is sitting here ready to be installed. But, you know, the paint is done, the walls are done, the doors, the floors, even the bathrooms look really, really complete here, just like the other ones. Looking really cool. I did a full tour of this room on a prior video, so you can back up a few months and check out the video here. Let's go take a look at this view here. And this is a 2-bed, 1.5 bath overlooking State Street. You have a southeast facing view. Over here in the corner, if we can peek through the scaffolding, you'll actually see that you have a little bit of a Perry Square view. So here is a view of the 4-story wall from the second floor of the gym, looking down there, not much has changed from last time. I think at this point, really, they're using the space here as a place to organize some materials and get ready for the actual wall itself to go in, is kind of what it looks like to me. Pretty cool. All right, Mark, what'd you think? Was it pretty cool?
It's coming along. It's looking great.
The apartments do look pretty cool. It's fun to be able to kind of get lost in this building and explore it and share it with you guys. Here is, I didn't show you guys this last time, so let me pop in here 1 second. So this here is actually the lobby for the apartments. We're gonna have in here, your mailbox, parcel pending locker, which I think this might be the mail room. That looks like a spot for mailboxes. So I think this might be your actual mail room. And then around the corner here is emergency exit here to the stairs, and then the elevator, which will access the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors. So I think that'll do it for us. Again, this is Ryan with Flagship City District, and this is Mark, GM of the Flagship City Food Hall. Just want to bring you along and give you an update. We'll do this again next month, but as always, if you have any questions at all, just reply to this email and I will help you guys out to the best of my ability, and we will see you next month. Have a good day, guys.